Alright, we back. This episode 1, new podcast, Truth Hertz. It's Hertz for the dummies.
Yeah.
First review is gonna be Drake's Honestly Nevermind album. You know, whole lot of mixed feelings on this, but we're gonna start off thoughts.
You know, personally, I think everybody's giving it too much hate because it's different, you know. After you've been on the run, you know, on a run for as long as Drake has, you gotta come with something new, you know. And, you know, he's testing the waters, and personally, I like it.
Yeah, I feel like it's trendy to hate on Drake nowadays because literally, I went on his Instagram page, and underneath his most recent post, I just saw tons of comments that said, new album's mid. He just keeps on getting spammed with mids, and I don't know what y'all got to say about that. Like how people are just right away, their first inclination is to hate on the boy.
And, you know, he was saying like, all right, it's okay, I'll wait. You just don't get it yet, which is facts. Like, you know, they're going to hate on this, but in a couple months' time, this is going to be a classic already. So it's kind of like, you know, what happened with Whole Lotta Red. Oh my God, that's the most hate I've ever heard of any album. Now it's just fire. So
we couldn't even get through Whole Lotta Red.
We can't even fully listen to it. Like, it was that bad, but now it's just that good. Like,
yeah, I think this is a good move, though. I agree, mid. I ain't gonna lie. I thought mid. You know, I listened to it whole way through, and I just thought mid. And the reason I thought mid, though, is not because the music itself was bad. I think this was a genius play, personally.
Yeah.
And this is gonna get a lot of play in Europe. It'll trickle over to America. They'll make their way. This is gonna be for the people who like to jump dance and like be in the festivals and all that
Afrobeat.
stuff. Yeah, this is gonna hit for them. This is gonna hit for them. Like, there will be an audience, and it's a good move for Drake, 100%. My only thing was, I listened to a lot of the genres I feel like he was trying to emulate, and I don't feel like his lyrical content on this album adjusted to meet the music he was trying to make. He was still doing the same old whining that he does on it. And I'm not saying whining like it's a bad thing, but that's just the Drake style. And he was trying to do use the same kind of lyrics on a whole different kind of music. And that's not the same energy that music elicits. You know, I don't care about relationships when I'm having an Afrobeat dance party.
right?
And he's making a whole lot of like sad,
facts.
you know, sad music, sad emotional music, but the music, like the actual beats are upbeat and up tempo, and you know, they got a little bounce to them, and I feel like he didn't really capitalize on that.
True,
he brought the energy a different place. Yeah, it's very conflicting.
You know, I can totally attest to that. If you listen to Falling Back, like towards the middle of the song, Drake tries out this new sort of auto-tune. Remember, Chris?
The high pitch. Fire. Sorry, fire. No, that was fire.
You know, it wasn't bad, but like you said, Jonathan, it didn't really match the beat that he was trying to vibe on. So that's the only thing. When you experiment like that, you have to understand that not everything is gonna line up, not everything is gonna work. So
I think the first place we're gonna see this is I think when I was listening to it that every single one of the songs on this album is gonna have TikToks made with the sound.
No question.
It just, of course, all of them, every single one. And I could hear like some of the lines here and there were just like, this just has to be put in for people to make videos about it. Like, this just can't even be in here just for the song's sake. But I think, and another take I had was like Jimmy Cooks at the end.
Woo!
That was just woo! Amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing I realized is like, putting only one song on there that you're really rapping and going hard to, that like ensures that song's gonna be a hit.
For sure.
Now it's 100% chance. Like,
and there's 21 Savage though. It is just a hit.
Like,
the song was a hit.
It was a great song, but there's no way it can fail now because now everyone's gonna say, "Oh, that was the only good song."
Yeah,
So,
legit. Know. But
and then the rest are gonna get played.
It wasn't the only good song. There were some other good songs on there, but that was a traditional Drake song, and I was kind of hoping for more of that. It got a whole different thing. And I'm not mad because I wasn't expecting that album anyway. Literally, Chris tells me like, hey, there's a new Drake album dropping tonight. And I'm like,
I was like,
all
no way.
Listen to it, and it was like, yeah. I didn't have any high expectations. I had no expectation at all.
Right.
I thought that, seeing how CLB was received, I thought that he'd kind of come back and say, like, he'd have a line like, y'all hated on the last SHIT, but it's already a classic, kind of But on this album, he kind of took a back seat to all the hate, and now he's doing his own thing again.
Again, Drake doing his own thing, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
And people will follow eventually. Eventually, this will be the trend, and then we're all going to be like, wow, he was a mogul, all that. But he already knows. He already knows exactly what's
He
gonna
sets
happen.
the trends. That's why.
Sure.
Going back to that Falling Back track, honestly, yeah, he did try and switch it up on that auto-tune. I didn't know how I felt, but I was enjoying it.
I was like, I liked it.
It was
And
different.
another thing is just in life in general, like, you gotta learn to appreciate the unexpected. And usually when you're listening to albums, like, nothing's new. Like, you're just more listening to it to finish the album. But I felt like with this, I really was like, okay, what's he gonna do next?
For sure.
But okay, I can't lie that, like, middle section, like the middle couple songs were kind of sounding the same. Like, if I would have kept looking down and never looked up to see when the song switched, I would have just thought it was like a 10-minute
One song, yeah.
that
that happened like 3 times for me, where I'm like,
Right, like, is this a switch? Like, where was the switch? But other than that, like, there was a lot of times where I was just like, okay, what is he gonna do with this? All right.
Yeah, it was the one he had Sticky. That's where I thought it was the whole album was about to switch into like a more hip hop vibe, but it didn't. But
You see,
it was still a little
if he
bit
did
of a
that,
banger,
I feel like then the album would have been received a lot better.
I think
but
so too. I thought it would be half and half. Like the whole beginning on the Afro beats, the whole second half just normal Drake, normal hip hop. If you're reading this, is too late Drake. That's what because that's kind of what the Jimmy Cooks, which is genius. I thought that was hilarious. It's called Jimmy Cooks, on some Degrassi.
So.
We were expecting, if we're reading this, it's too late Drake, but instead we got more life Drake.
Yeah. And I'm not, if we're being serious, More Life Drake is kind of the worst Drake we've seen. If we're being couple hits off of there, but let's be real. With his last album titled Certified Lover Boy, though, we kind of knew that was gonna be more of like a mellow, he wasn't really gonna go in like that. But then after hearing he was going to come out with something new, like, you would think, okay, so you took a break back then, you're going to come with something hard now, right? It was wrong.
It wasn't that it was whack. It was just, a little brief intermission from what we're used to.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, if he had taken the CLB lyrics and put those on the Honestly Nevermind, I think that would have hit better, because it was just his lyrics for me. In fact, I really did like the album. It had a lot of potential for me. It was just the lyrics and the dissonance there. Because he could have really came with some, like, not even saying we up in the club or, we're dancing or nothing like that, but he could just have more like dancing kind of lyrics, or feel good lyrics.
A little bit more bragging,
or some summertime stuff. Drake, he the king of the summer or whatever, but I ain't hear no summer stuff. Anything that really had some bounce to it, like lyrically. All the beats had some flavor to them. Some were even sounded like Daft Punk and stuff. Like I was enjoying the music.
Yeah, that little house EDM type of thing going on. But if we are being real, though, this is still going to take over the summer.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to be hearing this throughout the whole summer. Everybody's little videos they make, they're going to have this in the background. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah, very TikTokable.
Welcome to 2022, y'all. TikTokable is a new thing. It's the new thing.
and not to mention the streams. He's going crazy on the streams. Even if it's just people trying to hear what the new Drake is. He's going to go crazy on the streams.
They're going to, a couple of these songs are going to end up in Fortnite. They're going to be going crazy,
New dances
Soon he'll
all
get
around.
his own skin in the game.
I think that this album kind of reminds me of Kanye back when he did 808s.
Whoa, chill out.
No. Listen. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Let me tell you why. Because when 808s dropped, everybody was expecting Kanye to be back on his rapping stuff and being all braggadocious. But what did he do? He went left. Had a melodic singing album with the 808. Something that
hated on.
Yep, something that we weren't expecting, and something that people just crucified when it dropped.
Yo, I did not crucify. I was banging that day after day after day. All of a sudden, my heart was broken. I don't even know why. My heart was just broken.
And now, and now we got Drake kind of doing something similar. Drake went completely left with this tape, and I think that it might get hated on in the beginning, but like you mentioned, Jonathan, like the trendsetter that he is, eventually people will follow. And who knows, music like this, Afrobeat / house music could be the new staple for music in the 2020s. Kind of like how 808s was the staple for the 2010s.
I think so.
Afrobeat / house, that could be the new thing.
That reminds me, what's that, like, Future and Drake put a song out recently to, like, Wait For You.
Yeah.
I guess that's not an Afrobeat vibe, but it kind of was.
Yeah,
And I feel
I
like,
think,
you know, that's kind of becoming a trend.
Cause like who they have on there, Thames who was on that. He was what? He was on the one Afrobeat song they had on CLB. Hold on, let me look real.
CLB
fast.
had an Afrobeats track, which was it?
Yeah, hold on, I'm about to find it right.
Yeah, I actually don't remember that either. I ain't listened to the whole thing through too many times though. It was maybe like a 2-time listen and I got it. I knew the singles I was trying to hear.
Yeah, CLB kind of has the least amount of replay value from all of his other projects.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh,
I'm
it was
still
Fountains.
listening to
Yeah,
Scorpio.
Fountains. I had to say like a love. Hold on. Was it this one? Yeah, this one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one.
So yeah, when he came with that, I already knew like, okay, this is gonna be tough. Like one dance, all that. Every time he gets in that
Dance
mode,
was tough, though. That
he's
was
gone
tough,
crazy. You know, most of the songs being Afrobeats on honestly Nevermind. That was a choice, you know. But now that he's shown he can do it, the ball's just kind of in his court now for the rest of the summer. Whatever he wants to drop now, does he want to rap, all that? I guess it's now like everyone's wanting him to rap more.
Yeah,
So
it's
now
almost
he doesn't
genius.
even like everyone's like, please rap, Drake, please. Like he has the options, he has the choices right now. Like, you know, he's kind of spinning the globe right now. I think, yeah, and what did he come out with a little earlier on Jack Harlow's album, that Churchill Downs? That was just so great. That was great music.
It was.
And
Jack
I
Harlow actually
think,
put out an okay project.
and I heard that he wrote that in 11 minutes, which is so crazy.
I heard that
think,
too, but I don't be knowing.
Yeah,
That was almost too complex of a verse for that to be 11
It can't
minutes.
be true. Like, I don't even think someone could think of things that fast in 11 minutes to be able to make something that good. I personally think that's the best Drake feature I've ever heard.
Yeah, and Drake's had a lot of cool features this year. He's been on everyone's new album.
I think that's the best.
Young Thugs, Harlow's,
He was on the Migos album.
Migos,
Future
Future. Yeah, Drake's been everywhere this year.
Hey, that's how it goes. You gotta stay in the game.
Yeah,
He was gone for a little bit after that CLB. That was, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that album. No, we ain't talking about that though. Back to the honestly Nevermind. And I gotta say, even the album art was like some. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
like
But it was kind of like a throwback. It seemed to some like an older album cover. I feel like I've seen it before, but I just can't pinpoint where I've seen
exactly
that.
where.
Are the emojis on it? That looks familiar.
No, I mean this.
Oh,
one,
this.
Honestly Nevermind. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
just
like
can't.
I'm not gonna lie, when he first dropped like the not the cover art but like some like back of the album type of thing with like all like the song titles and stuff, I just couldn't even read what the songs were called. Like, hold
Because
on.
they had the same weird font.
No, it was a different font. It was like
Oh,
gold.
you're talking about his Instagram post?
Yeah, it was
yeah,
like,
that was
wait
really
a second,
weird.
what? I'm trying to read this real quick.
That was really weird.
Yeah, you made a good point though. Yeah,
Right
Drake can
here,
do
like-
whatever he wants.
This is just crazy. Like, you can't even read any of this.
He probably did it on purpose. Then, so
Yep,
that
all
you
I
couldn't
can read is executive producers, Aubrey Drake Graham, you know, like, come on.
Are his
But-
braids fake?
Who knows?
Because I mean,
Fake braids?
yeah.
Fake
No, don't say it
braids?
like that
Yeah.
because everybody does that. That's a common practice.
Because he went from
I'm pretty sure Future be rocking the fake braids.
he went from the heart in his head, and then like a month later
No,
he had that.
no.
It was a while.
You don't
Where'd that
remember
come
he
from?
started growing out that little fro? He had that baby fro on him.
It was a while. It's probably real.
Man.
Bro, no way.
He
No
tried
way
to,
that
he tried to
becomes
get a
that.
little curly. Tried to get a little curly.
Go back to that 09 Drake.
Yep, but
Run the Jewish hair.
I guess you don't need your hair to be that long to start
You,
the
you
braids.
really don't.
Yeah,
Not at all.
but it's all right. Personally, I think that it's not his best cut. Not his best cut. I don't think the Heartbreak was his best cut either. Or you remember when he had that super short fade where it looked like it was like painted on?
Yeah.
What was that, the Hotline Bling
Yeah,
days? Yeah. See, that's got to be the worst in my opinion.
Hey, but the music was hot back then. That's when
Hey.
Drake was flaming for a second.
True, he was on top. He'd been on top too.
He has been on top for forever. Even
I
this is
think-
gonna be probably a top. I don't know if it'll be a top album, but it's gonna hit.
So I have heard that people are saying there's like multiple different reasons they think he dropped it like surprise. People are saying it was because of J. Cole's birthday. I just don't think that's
What does
why.
that have to do with anything?
Right?
He did
Like,
say J. Cole
No,
on that
Kendrick,
one thing, right?
Kendrick's birthday. I'm tweaking.
Oh, what?
Kendrick's
What's that got to do with
birthday. Yeah,
anything?
like he would drop it as sort of like a diss, but no, that's not true. I think
Kendrick
it was
Lamar
'cause
already
of the,
dissed himself by releasing that last album.
What?
I'm just kidding.
No.
That's gonna get clipped. Hot take that's gonna get clipped. But for real, I think he dropped it because he knew the Warriors are gonna win.
Oh, okay.
I
heard that he bet that he was betting on the Warriors to win.
Well, I think
Sure he was.
he
Yeah,
had
I
to
would
have done
too
it
if I was
because he
Drake.
thought the Warriors are gonna win, and he knew they were gonna win.
Didn't he do that when like Toronto won or something one time? Or
No, he dropped
something?
that little project
Like
with,
some scary hours or
with
something?
Money in the Grave and
Oh, yeah.
Best in the
That
World
was a
pack.
scary hours.
No, it wasn't. It was called Best in the World pack. It had Money in the Grave and America
you're right.
on
He
it.
did say he's gonna drop
you're right.
another Scary Hours though.
Oh, good.
Scary Hours.
He did
3.
drop Scary Hours at the right end of this album. There was Scary Hours right there for you. Him and 21
See.
Savage on Jimmy Cooks.
No, like if they come with something like that, that will get streamed so well. What was on the last one? Wants and Needs, What's Next, and then Lemon Pepper Freestyle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fire.
See that was a perfect.
That was fire.
That
You
was
should have just had
perfect.
those 3 and saved them for this album. It would have hit way harder.
I don't know.
It didn't hit hard, man. I'm sorry, I'm just hating,
Yeah.
but it was a good album. It was a good album.
Yeah.
I can't even talk crap about it. Like, I like the direction he took it. I feel like a lot of artists should be more brave in the new music they release. You know what I mean? Artists evolving, artists changing. That's what makes the music fun. Not when everybody's just constantly putting out the exact same track over and over and over and over with a little bit of a different 808 pattern. Like, just be different. And I appreciate him for being different and trying some new stuff.
Wait,
Yeah,
so on the first Scary Hours, was it just Diplomatic Immunity on there?
Nah,
No,
it
there
was
was like 2, 3.
It was Diplomatic and God's Plan.
What?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
way.
yeah. God's Plan was a part of that. But Jonathan, to what you said, it's almost as if nobody wants to take risks anymore. It's like nobody wants to be vulnerable.
That's the move, though, because your audience wants what they know.
Yeah.
If you start switching stuff up on them, then you're putting your money at jeopardy. You know, in jeopardy. So you never know, like, if it's worth it. But for somebody like Drake, he can take the risk.
Yeah.
Because even if this album flops, he's gonna be making so much off them other streams, it doesn't even matter. Like, that's
Right.
the truth
Even
of
if
the
he doesn't
matter.
make any more music, he's reached a point now where now he's doing it for fun. Like,
But I'm pretty sure this will do okay. Again, like, this is just, I like hip hop, but I also like electronic music. I know more people probably like electronic music than hip hop. And for him to cater to that audience,
worldwide, yeah.
it's just a better move.
And I think what else? When he dropped Tootsie Slide a little bit ago, I could tell that he was just doing it so he could have his own dance. Like
For sure.
that's a box he needed to check off, and it worked.
It was valid,
It
yeah.
did exactly what he wanted it to do. I'm not gonna say I kept listening to the song, but I
But
knew
you
how to
did.
do the dance.
You did keep listening to it because it was on every TikTok. It was on all the
Facts.
TV shows.
I
It was
heard it
everywhere.
enough. I heard it
was
enough.
everywhere.
I didn't have to listen to it by choice.
Yeah, it came to you.
They got me.
Yeah, Drake's really got the industry down pat. Like, he knows what's gonna hit.
Yeah.
He knows how to make hits. He knows. It's like he already knows how we were gonna respond to this. He's probably cooking something else up
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
He
It's
literally
like he
said,
knows.
on to the next.
On to
On
the
to
next
the
one.
next.
On to
Okay,
the next.
do you guys think, and everybody's saying that the next Drake is Jack Harlow? Do you guys believe that?
No, it's impossible because Jack Harlow's white. I'm sorry not to be
No,
offensive or anything,
yeah,
but that's
that's-
just the
you
truth.
know-
This is hip hop, and if we talking hip hop, it's just a black guy's game. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm not even trying to throw shade at any white rappers or Eminems or anything like that. You know, shout outs to all of them. But at the end of the day, there's a certain piece of the culture they actually can't emulate, and that's just what it is.
True.
I
You
don't
can't. Yeah, you can't get deep enough into it. You can only really scratch the surface.
And he can make good music. Like, I like Jack Harlow.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Jack Harlow's
actually.
so tough. He's
I'm a
just so
fan,
tough.
but he's never gonna be a Drake, a Kendrick, or J. Cole.
Man, but we can't argue the fact that if Jack Harlow was black, he wouldn't be where he's at right now.
I can't say that because I think he's a good lyricist. So maybe he would be if he was black, but at the same time, maybe he wouldn't be because they just don't let people in like that, except
True.
for a Caucasian artist. That's the truth of the matter.
Maybe.
And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there was just some controversial
Maybe,
stuff
I don't
happening,
know.
like when he was at the Kentucky Derby and he had those black men carrying him across the mud so he wouldn't get his shoes dirty. I was like, first time watching, I was like, oh yeah, nah, that's lit. That's some boss activity. But now I was like,
yeah, it sounded like some slavery activity.
yeah, like
so-
that's just kind of weird.
Yeah,
now that
he
I
couldn't
really
be-
take a look at
He
it.
couldn't be a Drake, yeah, unfortunately. He'll never be in the big three. I just put it like that.
No.
Hey.
And even the big three is
not
in question
anytime
right
soon.
now. You know what I mean? Who knows who's even the best?
Does Kendrick even really belong there?
I mean, that's a whole nother discussion. You know, it's another episode.
Yeah, because honestly, I take J. Cole over Kendrick.
Easy.
Yeah,
I almost take J.
easy.
Cole over Drake, which is crazy, but Drake's a hit maker. Drake is a continuous hit maker, and that cannot be said about too many other artists. Even this album is shining over other people's entire albums. This, as like an experiment, is shining over so many other albums that I would say by artists I like that really didn't hit. So I'll give it to Drake.
Yep.
I'll definitely give it to him.
This has more ads than Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. If we're being real, I'm not gonna lie. What was it, J. Cole? I think I saved more off of this than off season. What was it? It was off season.
That was his last one.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what it's called.
I'm gonna say this about this album, and I don't like to make comparisons like this, but I'm about to anyway, just because why not? I think I like this as much as I like Mr. Big Stepper or whatever. I can't
really?
remember. What is
Morale?
it? Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Yeah, this was equivalent for me because a lot of like some of those were misses and some of these were misses, but this was more experimental. That was also experimental, but I didn't like some of the experiments. He was mixing some wrong chemicals for me.
Right.
And Drake mixed some wrong chemicals too, but again, the instrumentality of it and the fact that he almost just went into a whole new genre.
Yeah.
That it was brave.
You can just tell by listening to this that he's been leveling up, like
for sure.
And it makes me think like, okay, right now he's probably doing something different than this,
or he's getting ready for that real hip hop album that he wanted to drop. But by leading us off the path, when he drops that album, we're gonna all be fans.
It's gonna be great.
Everybody's gonna be going crazy because we ain't even got
the song doesn't even have to be that good. Just new rapping Drake is gonna be like, oh my, I never thought I would see this.
We've already heard him say every single word probably in the entire dictionary at this point.
Like, I'm just thinking if he drops an album with just, straight bars the whole time, it's just gonna be an instant classic.
Yeah, and this wasn't even a feature-y album. He has 21 Savage. 21 Savage, the one feature, and that was like the only one that wasn't the genre that the whole rest of the album was. So I don't know. I feel like a feature might have even helped this. If he had like a Dua Lipa feature,
yeah,
somebody else, some like
feature,
like a dance, a more dance by more Tim's or something like that. Like the people he's been collaborating with.
Whichever song had the feature, that one would have went viral too.
For sure.
I don't know. On Calling My Name towards the end, me and Chris kind of thought that was Kanye at first. Like, yep.
That felt like a shot to me. That felt like a shot to me. I'm not gonna lie, it felt like a shot to me.
Bro thought that he was dissing Ye with that.
Hold on, will we get bro, if I play it, that'd be bad.
No, it don't matter. I'm gonna have music in the background anyway.
Yeah.
I did not know that. It's not Ye though, is it?
No,
it was like a sample
like
or
him.
something.
Sounded like him.
This has to be a diss.
You think he's talking about like Kim Kardashian or something, or what are we saying?
I don't know.
I just didn't like this part of the song.
I just think that's like embarrassing. That's just like embarrassing to release, and the fact he recorded that is also kind of embarrassing. So it makes me think it's just like a shot.
A shot,
like,
yeah. It sounded too weird to me. That actually killed that song for me, unfortunately.
Really?
That whole second part.
That part had
it was
me
just like
jumping,
instrumental, and it was just like. And again,
it was fading out.
Correct.
It was fading out the right way.
That's what I'm talking about with the lyrics. Like, your pussy is calling my name. That's what he got. He got a cool little beat in the background that people could really get behind. But now, mom and dad ain't gonna have their kids playing that. You know what I mean?
I can't even add this now.
He could have just been saying something else that really would have got people moving. And that's just my opinion. But he could have done a little bit better on the lyrics.
He just took away millions of streams.
And he's a lyricist, and that's why I feel that way. Like, I wouldn't be coming at somebody who I don't think actually is good with lyrics.
You think that's the best they can do, but Drake
that's
can
not
do
the best
so
he can
much
do.
better.
And I feel like if you're going in a new genre, you just need to adjust a couple of things. It's not just about the beat, underlying beat. Adjust your actual lyrical content. And I know bro can do it because I've even heard him make other songs like that. Yeah. And that's why I was like, you just got to be more fluent with it.
You think if Drake would have had like more like normal rapping Drake, like his normal ratio between like, more melodic and rapping, do you think that album would have been better than I Never Liked You feature?
No. I just liked I Never Liked You a lot though.
Yeah, that was a really good album, but I don't know. I think that Future vibe, the vibe that gave me, I don't think you can recreate that.
Yeah, that was his hit. So bangers. That was really good. Drake even contributed to that. Like that was nothing but bangers. Yeah.
And he had two songs on there too.
Slim Thug.
What?
Young Thug.
I think to be honest,
put it away. Forget your names.
I think Future is like, he's like the perfect bridge between like all the top rappers. Like he can be with anybody, hold his own, and be good. Like no beefs or anything. Like he can make a song with Kanye, then Drake, And I think
I
he can
agree,
have
I
one with
agree.
J. Cole.
I hate to say that if there was a big four, Future would be the fourth in there. And I dare say even in the big three, Kendrick Lamar and Future kind of get, I don't know who I'll put in there. At any given time, that could switch. But I'm more Future as my third than
I
Kendrick
think
Lamar.
the thing about Future is, though, not saying all his songs are great, but he doesn't have any that are bad.
Yeah, no misses. Not too many misses.
I
And
just
even-
don't think,
for sure.
like, and if it was a miss, it was just like a slight miss. Like, I just can't see myself singing along to this type of miss.
We
Not
might
like
have
this
to
is
do that. I
bad.
never liked you. Might have to review that one.
Like, oh, that's.
All right, well, let's hit this Drake. Honestly, Nevermind. Rate it. What's your rating out of 10? Go ahead.
Well, usually, before I get to out of 10, usually what I do is I go, I like to divide it with how many songs are on there and how many songs I added.
Well, do your math.
There were 14 songs on the album. And this might be controversial, but I added 10 songs. I added 10 of the songs. I'm not gonna lie, I added 10 songs. I thought it was pretty good. The front, okay, so we got like maybe one good song at the beginning, then we took a little break. So yeah, okay, no, I think we got, okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly which ones I added. So everybody listening, you guys can pull up the album, the song list. I think we start off with Falling Back. That was a good song.
It's okay.
That was a good song.
I did like that one.
All right, The Text Go Green. That one was long and it was kind of giving me like a Too Good vibe, just like without the Rihanna. I was liking that.
Yes, I was like, is Rihanna on this song? Yeah, for sure.
And then Sticky, that was like, when you thought it was gonna switch. So
Yep,
that was
Sticky was
good,
a banger.
obviously. And then I think Massive, that's a song that was kind of like just like the house, the house.
I like that one too. Lyrics
Type
were a little bit
of
weird for me,
beat.
but I liked it.
Now, I don't even remember what was Flights Booked. All I remember is
He
like
never even says flight. It's like
Yeah.
he's talking about like her get on the plane, like hurry up, get on the plane or something like that.
I don't know why, just like the vibe that was giving off, I was just relating to it. Like, I don't know how I was relating to it, but for some reason, it was just feeling familiar listening to that. And then Overdrive, the lyrics and the way the song was going didn't really match, in my opinion. But it was like a good song, because like he was kind of started to sound like motivational, kind of like you were ramping up to do something crazy. You know what I mean? Like you're getting in that mode. But then it's just like heartbreak lyrics over it. So like, it wasn't really going together. But I think, discounting everything else, ending it with Liability and then Jimmy Cook. So Liability was like that, it kind of sounded like it was slowed and like reverb. Yeah,
I actually liked Liability.
Like,
Yeah, that's what the vibe.
like it was just a crazy vibe that no one really, they make like the slowed version, the normal song.
The
I
chopped
haven't
and screwed.
heard that before.
Yeah.
So I like that. And then going to Jimmy Cook's after was perfect way to end it, which made me like other songs more, ending it correctly.
For sure.
So I don't know.
It gave you the permission to yourself to let it loop back to the
okay,
beginning.
all
Like,
right, I can listen to this again. There's enough goodness on here where I can listen to the others
that
again.
was genius.
So I think 10 out of 14 was solid for me.
So do the math. What's your rating?
What is that? That's like,
That's about
that's
60%.
like, yeah, I was gonna say
a little bit more than 60%.
like 65. Dang, that just doesn't really sound good now when I'm.
Yeah, I know.
thinking about it.
That's a D. That's a D.
That's
No,
like
that's gotta be
it's
like
a
that's gotta be
7.
like 70. Yeah, that's gotta be like 70%.
All right, so you giving it a 7 then? That's the you can
Yep.
boost it. You can just
I think out of 10 though, if I'm just discounting all that, I think this was a solid 7.5. A solid 7.5.
What you gonna say? What you got? Rate it.
So I saved 8 out of the 14 songs, so that's like 57%. So not great, but I enjoy listening to it. It was a great vibe at the time. A couple of the songs will be in my roto for the next couple months. Not gonna lie, but yeah, I liked it. I liked what he did.
You gotta give it a number. Give it a number.
Oh, out of 10. And now this is kind of low for a Drake album, but like a 7.
All right. Well, I was gonna say 7.5.
Like a
So
7.
yeah. All right, Drake.
Love you, Drake. And I think
honestly,
right now
Nevermind.
it's in this 7.5, 8 range. but with time, it's only gonna get better.
I agree. Yep, replayability. And there's a thing about Drake songs, I must say, that I don't feel is true about every artist, and this is just me personally again, that it's like a situational thing. Like, they play these songs so much, I start to hear them in my life during certain situations, and then I just am like, you know, I connect those memories with those Drake songs
and you
somehow.
see, that's facts. Like, I can hear a Drake song
over
and
time,
I instantly think, what was my life like at the time when this came out?
Seriously.
Which is crazy. Just thinking about like views and like in the summertime, all that.
That boy's doing Michael Jackson out here.
Yeah, views will take me right back to 7th grade. More Life will take me right back to 8.
It's crazy. He's got the juice. Yeah, somehow he's got the juice.
So I think soon we're gonna be looking back at this in time, and then it'll be up there like maybe 8.5. It'll be like an 8.5. So
yeah, it'll go up.
It's not there yet. I gotta know the lyrics to some of the songs. The replay value is only gonna get better. So,
and not to mention, the visuals are probably gonna boost it for a lot of people. If he has really on-point visuals that are matching the song somehow, then people are gonna like the songs even more. They're gonna have that in their head when they're listening to it and be like, oh, okay, I actually do like this.
Having Falling Back with a 10-minute video already, I think Falling Back was going like far left enough to the point where he had to kind of put out a video to kind of not explain himself, but show like where he was coming from when making the song. So it's not like you're just thinking, oh my God, that's so crazy. You're thinking about, okay, now this is a vibe I can get onto. I see what he was trying to do with this. Okay, 10 minutes is a long time to make for a music video.
It's a short film.
Yeah, at that point. So I think he's putting in the work. He's putting in the work, and I think he's gonna come back with new stuff that's even better. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right. Well, that was it. That was first episode of Truth Hurts. We just did Drake. Honestly, Nevermind. You know, follow on all social media platforms. Podcast on Apple Music, podcast on YouTube, podcast on Spotify. You already know how we do. And we out.
Yes, sir.
All right.